Welcome then to the first official BIRL Cup Series session. First time the cars take to the track in the BIRL. It's a pre-season test today. 20 or so minutes around the World Centre of Racing on a beautiful spring day here at Daytona International Speedway. The sun is out, few clouds in the air at the moment, but great to see the BIRL Cup Series teams and drivers take to the track for the first time ever today. Who's going to be the quickest in the first session? We'll find out over the next coming couple of minutes, as the cars are already out on track and continuing to lay down some lap times. Get up the info for today's session. We have the BIRL Cup Series Daytona testing today around the Daytona International Speedway. See a beautiful day here, 28 degree weather, partly cloudy with 18 km/h winds. The first ever BIRL test session today. Who's going to be the fastest? Find out as 31 drivers hit the track. Today we do have a few drivers that are just testing for the teams. They're not contracted to the teams for the season. They are Jake Tomlin in the 2 for Scott Racing and 2 for Appleseed Racing. Cole Hunter and George Russell in the cars today. They might not be for the rest of the season as they're not contracted yet to a team. Drivers are beginning to hit the track then, and we're going to go and cut ahead to the action right now as we get up here to one of the drivers here in the BIRL Cup Series. It's Brett Sirra in the 66. And the first driver that we're going to be highlighting today in that code red Mountain Dew scheme. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Just Brett driving for his own team, Ace Motorsports, in the inaugural season. Loves that 66. That is his number, one of 22 Chevys competing in today's field. 31 drivers, 22 of them are Chevrolet, so they're going to definitely be working together as the cars are hitting the track. Across the finish line, we're now going to bring up the graphics, and these graphics are absolutely awesome. A massive shout out to the guys over at SDK Gaming for an incredible job they've done by designing this NASCAR style tower and ticker. We're going to get it on screen in a second for you. Brilliant job from them, and all credit goes to them for this. It looks absolutely stunning. So now I'm going to get it up on screen. You can see George Russell is the quickest right at the moment. Look at how good that looks. Doesn't it look absolutely brilliant? On the left hand side of your screen there. You might see at the top left corner that it practice says 1 hour 53 minutes remaining. Ignore that. It's half an hour. I forgot to change the time. So new series here. We are going to have slight inconsistencies to start off with. Hope you can be patient with me while we iron out some of the mistakes as Sirra goes to the top of the leaderboard, getting a nice little free car draft at the moment with John Turney and Madison Toole. Sirra now drops high to let the 5 car pass. But look at that ticker. Absolutely brilliant. Getting split up now, so you see all the drivers there. The timers on the right, their names and numbers on the left, just like the usual NASCAR style ticker. These guys getting warmed up here early, getting into a bit of a drafting mood. Getting in the right position. See lots of John Turney driving for his own team, John Turney Motorsports, 1 car operation currently. Brett Sirra there in the 66. Madison Toole and Joe Rutkowski as well. Each representing 4 different teams across this season. And Nicky Morris to the top for Reed Racing. We'll continue to see that change throughout the day. It is the early stages of the session, so the leaderboard's bound to change early on at the moment as the guys come out to the track. It's now Luca Iger, the Swiss driver, to the top. But you can see these guys getting drafted and getting some tandems set up already. Iger's currently fastest. We're going to switch over to him now. You can see he's kind of been enclustered into this giant pack here. We see the 3 Appleseed Racing cars. Eli Bright up here. Look at Evan Hunter driving that Jordan number 11 car. How good does that scheme look for EKH Enterprises and Evan? Lovely scheme, and he'll hopefully deliver that car to Victory Lane on multiple occasions this season. It's that Subway 86 that's fastest in the opening 10 minutes. Someone obviously looking at the brakes coming down the pit lane there. Luca Iger, the Swiss driver, fastest at the moment. So we show up his driver here. We've got this graphic made as well. We see Luca Iger there, the 33-year-old, one of the oldest drivers actually in the BIRL Cup Series this season. See there the hometown Martigny in Switzerland. Made his way over to America. He's going to compete in the Cup Series this season. He's going to look to make that charge towards the championship. We really don't know anything about these teams yet. You know, there's a lot that could still easily quite happen at this point, and still a long while to go, really. These guys to kind of have established themselves as a leading contender in the BIRL Cup Series. Still a long way to go. There's Iger at the top of the moment. Second for the Howling Wolf Autosport. Oh, Iger's getting very close to Eli Bright. We have a crash in practice. Oh my, and the 8 of Eli Bright with a violent hit. What happened there? The 8 car is junk. And that's one thing these teams wanted to avoid today, was a wreck. Evan Hunter's been all torn up as well. George Russell as well. Well. Very, very controversial stuff happening in testing. 11 cars been wrecked. The 8 cars also really torn up. See the front end damage on Evan Hunter. We're going to go have a look at how that happened. My lord. Well, that was certainly different. Gonna hide the ticker now. We're going to go back for a minute, see what happened there to Evan Hunter here on the replay cam. I mean, it really was just a bizarre incident. I think that the 8 and the 86 ran out a bit of space, maybe, and that caused a huge kind of stack up there. Yeah, you can see where the 86 and the 8 there have gone into the corner, and it looks like Eli's probably just tried to clear himself. He's been told that he's been clear. Obviously not, and got caught by the 85 and got sent into the 11 of Hunter, and the 85 of Russell also with damage there. The 8 car spinning around like a top. Big damage to Eli. Not what he wanted to have at this point of the season, you know. The start of the season, and boy, oh boy, he just kind of overcorrected it, I think, because he was going left, he hooked it right, sent the 8 flying back up the racetrack and into the outside wall and collecting Evan Hunter while on his way as well. And for Eli, it's not the start of the season he wanted, and Iger was involved there. And Iger, though, continues to hold the lead of the session so far. So look at Iger's one go preview for Scott Racing. Going to one of the other teams. See, he's got back end damage there, my lord. This is just not what the teams wanted to start off their season. Horrible stuff for them. But Iger's one guy. Second on the leaderboard at the moment. Look at this for a pack here. It's Tim Gary in the 99 for Howling Wolf Autosports. This is a nice little pack they've got going here. Potentially going to lay down some fast lap times. Mostly Chevys in there. We see the 2 of Jake Tomlin mixing it up though as well. But yeah, Tim's probably got a good chance this season. One of the later signings for Howling Wolf, hometown of Bay City in Michigan, the BIRL Cup driver. He'll be looking to perform this season. You know, he's an aggressive driver. Wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's one of those sort of drivers, and he's going to have a good year, hopefully, for Tim. As of right now, sitting second on the leaderboard, doing a nice job here in practice early on in this pre-season test session. Teams fighting to get data, trying to gain the advantage on their rivals. Currently, it's a Toyota at the top, followed by a good line of Chevys. The only Ford, or one of the only 2 Fords, both of them are actually in the top 10. Nicky Morris and Anderson Reed for Reed Racing, 4th and 7th right now, so good job by them. They currently haven't revealed their paint scheme yet, so currently just running a red test scheme for today. So if you see a red car on track, those are the Reed Racing cars, as Lathan Strickland now leads this pack of drivers. Going to try going out on track here. Try and find someone who isn't really out. And here is one. Another one of the Howling Wolf Autosport drivers. It's a female driver. It is Vixen Fox. The first and only Australian driver to be competing in the championship at the moment. Vixen, the 22-year-old out of Melbourne, comes over to drive for Towel Owen and his team, Howling Wolf Autosport, and doesn't that scheme look great? In fact, all of these schemes look absolutely wonderful, and it's great to see them out on track. As Vixen going to get caught here very quickly by the EKH Enterprise guys of Akira Saito and Mitchell Collins. Managed to get checked up just in time though. And nice to see that they managed to clear out of the way. Of course, this series is all new, so it's not going to be swift and plain sailing at first, but hopefully over the next couple of weeks and races we'll be able to get with the gist of things. So if you guys can remain patient, hope you're enjoying the content so far in the opening couple of minutes of this session. So we're going to go through a few graphics here as we see these guys kind of settle into a bit of a pack here, along with John Turney and Keegan Thompson at the front of the field. If you can see here though, we don't just have the tower either, we have this quite incredible ticker as well running across the top of the screen. Let you know, please do let me know how or which one you prefer. Do you prefer the ticker at the top, or do you prefer potentially the tower instead? Let me know, guys, which one you think's better. I'll be interested to hear everyone's thoughts on it, to which one they do prefer, as these guys are flying down the front stretch at the moment. They're absolutely tanking along the backstretch, beg your pardon. Absolutely tanking along the moment. Oh, car down there on the apron. That's Max Konstantinov, I believe. Yeah, Max down there on the apron for a problem. Looks like he's got damage for the Yo Red Bull Racing guys. That's a shame for them. Don't know what's happened, but the 6 is going to pull it down pit lane. Keegan Thompson to the top of the leaderboard. The Canadian driver, Alpha Motorsports, to the top. A blistering lap from them. Nice job from Keegan. Great car. The Alpha Motorsport guys have obviously got set up here. Keegan to the top. And those guys got hooked up for a nice couple of laps then. A really nice organised line. That's what you're looking for in these practice sessions to get the quickest time. And in qualifying as well. We'll be group qualifying when we eventually get in a proper session this year. So, that draft, especially the Super Speedways, is going to be very important. And Thompson's the right place at the right time. He's soared to the top of the leaderboard and he's a 10th quicker than Luca Iger right now. As they hurtle down into turns 1 and 2. Go for a few more of the screens here and graphics that we have available to us. I'm going to go to Joe Rutkowski working with his teammate. Both his teammates. Look at the KAR guys getting hooked up together, doing their own thing. They've got friendliness though from Nicky Morris and Reed Racing, but Eli Bright, Joe Rutkowski and Chris Jericho all racing for Kicking Asphalt Racing this year. This is a great team. These guys have a lot of fun together. They have a great relationship in between them in the team, and they're going to get along fine this season. It's going to be interesting to see how they can work it out between them. They're going to be looking to make a title charge, that's for certain. And these guys should be competitive all week, as Rutkowski's going to pull it down pit lane in that Pennzoil number 20 car. Doesn't it look good? He's going to go down the pit lane, leave his other two teammates out on the racetrack. On board with Riley Snare here in the 53 for Appleseed Racing. Good Wrench Oreo sponsored car. Don't look great. Another great scheme. I mean, all these schemes are absolutely brilliant so far. And Snare is no exception to that. To go through a few more graphics here anyway. So we've shown you the ticker and the tower already. We've shown you the details. See the hometown there of Rockingham, North Carolina for Riley Snare, the 21-year-old. Driving that 53 car. Looks very nice indeed. Appleseed fielding that entry for the season. We have the driver details box. We also have this box here, which is the battle box. You can see there on the right-hand side of your screen. That's going to be very useful. Not this track. We're definitely not going to be using it at Daytona and venues like this, but for other events during the season, especially for the GT3 Challenge Cup, which is our other series on the road courses instead of the ovals. This is going to become a very handy little graphic to use. The battle box you can see on the right hand side of your screen gives you the relatives, the car numbers. You can change it up as well. If I want to go for the top speed, I can go for the top speed. If I want to put the gain on there, I can just leave the gain on there. I can put pit stops on there as well. I can, put the license detail, their license on there. That doesn't really matter. The car number. You can all change it. Their pit lap, their I rating, plus that doesn't matter though, and no data as well. So all sort of stuff. That's gonna be a very nice little graphic to use, especially when we head to the other series later on. What else do we have here? We have this time delta graphic as well. I'm gonna hide the tower for a minute. See there, the bottom right hand side of your screen, the time delta graphic. Snare current 29th fastest. So just running around by laps on his own. We get kind of a gist on the time there, the gap between him and the next driver, which is Ryan Andrew in the 30. We have the dashboard there to kind of see how fast he's going through the gears as well, to see his speed, the lap time. You can see there all the lap times in comparison to Ryan Andrew. This is again going to be probably a more useful feature for the road series. If anything, we're just going to showcase the graphics that SDK Gaming has made so far. And boy, oh boy, don't they look absolutely brilliant. We also have the pit strategy thing there. You can see the stints they've been on in terms of the tyres. So Thompson, who's at the top of the leaderboard right now, run 3 laps on some old tyres, came down, put a new set on, and ran 9 laps with the new ones at the moment. Current top 8 there, you can see Thompson first, Iger second, Tomlin is third, 4th for Tim Gary, 5th is Mitchell Collins, 6th for Nelson Reeves, 7th Chris Jericho, and 8th is Garth Johnson. We also have the sectors feature as well. Again, definitely a more useful feature when we go to the GT3 Challenge Cup. That is for sure indeed. Time delta there as well. But we're going to get the tower back up. We're going to go through some more teams. Keegan Thompson currently atop for Alpha Motorsports, but how about both the Scott Racing guys, 2nd and 3rd? Luca Iger, Jake Tomlin trying to impress, trying to secure himself a seat. This 2 car does not actually have a ride so far, the driver of the 2 car. Just coming in today to fill for that testing role for Scott Racing, trying to maybe warrant in an offer from another team. And Tomlin's impressing right now with a 3rd place run in the 2. Has been rumoured that Felix Janssen could potentially take that spot when the proper season begins. So Tomlin probably won't see him back in this car, but good to see him out on the track today and putting in a very, very valiant effort in the Tide ride. Good to see Tide come on board to sponsor a car in the series. Going through to one of our other teams now. We're going to head over to the 42, Trey Barto. How about this PS5 scheme for NS Racing? Trey Barto. Driving that car, 42 car, a staple really for the big staple, NS Racing, Nathan Stapleton's team. They've hired Garth Johnson to drive the 1 this season. They've also hired Madison Toole in the 5, and this is their other entry, the 42 for Trey Barto. Out on track right now. I think he's the slowest though, so Trey's got to find a little bit of speed. In 31st for now. Going to show his thing. Trey Barto, 21-year-old from Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania. Fun fact, he absolutely loves the colour hot pink. Don't know what it is. Has it for his team in the Adrenaline Extreme Racing League over on NASCAR Heat 5. All his Mean Motorsports cars make an appearance at Daytona in pink. So we've decided to give him the pink number for this year. Hope he enjoys that for Trey. And great to see him join up in the BIRL Cup Series for this season. Few minutes remaining then in this test session. Keegan Thompson is quickest. Luca Iger 2nd, Jake Tomlin 3rd, Tim Gary in 4th. 5th at the moment for Mitchell Collins. 6th is Vixen Fox, the Australian. 7th, Nelson Reed. 8th is Anderson Reed. 9th, Chris Jericho, and Garth Johnson currently rounds out the top 10 right now. See if we can find a bigger pack here. So Thompson on his own. There's Iger, currently racing in with Johnson, Kyle Hunter and Jason Clay. Catching up to Lathan Strickland today, trying to get some laps kind of into the book here. Mark de Jong coming down pit lane, the Dutch driver. See where Brett Sirra is, working with Eli Bright. These two really good friends. They're driving for opposing teams this season, so the rivalry on track is going to remain very fierce between these two. We all know that for sure. Brett driving that 66, Eli in the 8. Great to see these two guys working together out on track in practice. I'm going to assure you when the race time comes, though, that's definitely not going to be happening. These guys currently working together right now. Going to move over to the series only Japanese driver. This is Akira Saito, driving the Jim Beam 55 for EKH Enterprises. He does not love the colour hot pink. Still left it from Trey Barto's driver card there. He does not love the colour hot pink. We must clarify that. But Saito is the first Japanese driver to compete in the series. Hometown of Osaka in Japan. He's come over to test his hand in the BIRL Cup Series, and we're really looking forward to seeing what Saito can do across the season. A lot of potential for Akira to find success, and EKH Enterprises are going to be one of many teams looking to get to victory lane this season. But everyone, or pretty much everyone in that top 10 is out on track at the moment. There's Chris Jericho from Scranton, PA. Might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure PA's Pennsylvania, but don't count me on that. This is my, great knowledge coming in. Chris Jericho, Chevrolet 81, kicking asphalt racing, Pepsi on board. What more could you want in a driver? Sure, he'll be making the list at a few tracks this season, for sure. Definitely going to be in contention for multiple wins. A good little pickup there from kicking asphalt racing, for sure. These guys are going to get hooked up here. It's Ryan Andrew, Chris Jericho, Eli Bright, Brett Sirra, and Riley Snare. All these guys going to get together as Eli Bright's going for the overtake on the inside. Going to get help from the 53. Look at Snare. All over the back bumper of the 8. Eli does not want to be wrecked for the second time this session, as Evan Hunter's gone to P5 on the leaderboard. Good lap from Evan, putting himself into the mix. Look at these guys in an order here. Dixon Fox and Tim Gary for Howling Wolf Autosport. And a few other drivers to the top of the leaderboard. Riley Snare for Appleseed Racing in that group that we were just talking about. Snare to the top of the board. And Appleseed Racing, are they going to be the quickest on our first day of pre-season testing? Riley Snare to the top of the leaderboard. Nice job from Riley. These guys really getting together now, really getting hooked up, setting down some fire lap times as we're coming down to the closing stages of the session. Jake Tomlin leads out of Ryan Andrews, going to break away from the pack now in the Red Bull car. To the line this time. Can any of them go any faster? They can't. Snare with that lap a couple of laps ago might just have clinched it by 0.2 of a second over Keegan Thompson. That would have been an incredible winning margin for the driver with a 53. Nice job from him. Very nice job. Going to go highlight a one-car team here before we get to the end of the session. This is John Turney, driving for John Turney Motorsports. Currently a one-car operation, but definitely going to see this team expand in the future. Arizona comes on board for the season to partner up with the 18 and Toyota. Should be a lot of fun to see these guys out on track ahead of the season. And John's going to be a good driver. Let's hope he can improve on this mediocre kind of time today. 16th, middle of the pack. John would like to strive to do better, that's for sure. We know that. But John up in the middle of the pack, and he's going to have a good season ahead. Anderson Reed just set his fastest time of the session. Look at these guys go. Massive pack racing here. This could be a lightning lap. These guys might have got set up pretty quickly here. Trey Barto's at the front of it along with Akira Saito. See the stripe this time. A few little movements in the leaderboard. Barto definitely increased his position. That eliminates Ryan Andrew to the bottom of the pile. Let these guys get in their laps. as we come to the end of this session. It's been an interesting one. We've just been going through and highlighting a few things. Hopefully be more professional when it comes to season start, but I hope you guys can bear with me. Look at these guys. They're really linked up well. This could be an absolutely incredible lap here. Mind you, the 55 there got a little bit tight going into the turn. That probably doesn't help their chances. As Barto's come down pit lane, that could influence them here. To the stripe. Who's going to improve their lap time? Across the stripe they go. And no one improves again. But that should do it for this first test. Going to stop that right there. Riley Snare, that driver right there in the Oreo 53, is your official, officially the quickest in the first pre-season test. Congrats to him and the guys over at Appleseed Racing. They've got a strong car and definitely going to be a strong week ahead for them if they can keep that up. And for Snare, he now tries to carry that momentum onto and into the Daytona 500 weekend. And we've got a lot more to look forward to, including testing from the BIRA GT3 Challenge Cup. Thank you guys for watching the first ever test session. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A work in progress, that's for sure, and a lot of work ahead. But bear with us, and hopefully we'll make this series very successful. Really enjoyed doing this today. Join us for the GT3 Challenge pre-season testing soon. And that rounds off our first ever pre-season session. Goodbye.